Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. There's another paid request, this time for Deshonde. Thank you so much for that. I don't know why I said Deshonde like that. It's because it's late at night and I almost yawned and it was caught in the middle. But for anyone who wants to request pretty much any type of videos, topics, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, lists, rankings, any other random other pieces of topic, whatever, pretty much anything, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for, and let me word this correctly, how would you do a movie that features the final showdown between the Ninja Turtles versus the Shredder? And I think about that for a minute. Because for me, it depends, of course, on circumstances, if budget is involved, if rating is involved, if having the opportunity, the power. Is it only a one movie deal or could it have a series of movies? So let's say pie in the sky, fantasy fulfillment, no limits. I would make it part of a forced movie build up where I would have, like, for me, Raphael solo movie where he has to rescue Mighty and be like a Virgin or Rambo commander with Raphael out of a selfish reason. Then after that, him and Mighty or Bonnie more. And to me, I would make it where it's an aftermath where they think Shredder's dead. At the beginning of the first movie, you think Shredder's dead. Splinter has died. Raph feels guilty about that. And maybe that's the thing. Raph was there. Shredder and Splinter were fighting. The Turtles had fought Shredder. They got some hits in. Raph was there. Splinter was there. Splinter died saving Raph, whatever. But then Shredder died, or so you think. So Raph feels guilty. He's even more violent. He's even more angry. He's kind of separated from Leo, because Leo and him fight even more. Maybe Leo blames him, like Raph blames himself. Donnie, he shuts himself in his room, doing his experiments online. Mikey's the one that tries to get him out. He knows it's not Raph's fault. They have that bond. And so in the first movie, Mikey gets kidnapped, and Raph unleashes that rage, that anger building up in violent, gory, creative Jason Voorhees on steroids meets Rambo and John Wick. And who the villain is, that's up to whoever. Whether from a comic, whether series of games shows that the Turtles are back, they're in town. Raphael goes to town, saves Mighty. Then the second movie, Raph and Mighty, they're forming more of a bond. You still have stuff with Leo and Donnie, because I'll be building up to the next one, and it'd be like a buddy cop movie, like a buddy movie, where those two, Raph and Mighty, face like Bebop and Rocksteady. And then the third film, you're pulling Donnie into it, and then you have Baxter Stockman involved. And throughout it, it's the family building up together. So you get to the fourth one, and the family is now back to being a whole. And I think the fourth movie will have to be a City of War storyline. If you don't know, City of War was when the gang members, including Karai, there's also this one called Pimiko, they're all fighting for control to be Teen of New York. And you have all these gang members, and so you have the Turtles sometimes separated, sometimes together. And at the end, the third act will have to be in this tower, going up, and you find out that the mastermind is not Karai, it's not Pimiko, it is Shredder. And so, like, Pimiko and Shredder, Pimiko Karai is like, Karai was Shredder's daughter, Pimiko was some other evil bitch. And you have some other bad guys there. Like these... I would want some mutants in there as well. for variety. I don't know exactly who they would be. Maybe something from the comics. But I'm thinking I don't want this to be the end of the franchise. I just want this to be the end of the Shredder storyline, because there's a lot of other stories with them that doesn't involve Shredder. So I don't want to put everything in the kitchen sink, but then want to be big and grandiose. And throughout the battle, up the tower, the place is on fire, but they gotta end this. The Turtles are fighting Shredder. Shredder is stronger, he's faster, but the Turtles are doing better when they're together. I would say this, where, yeah, the scene with Karai and Leonardo, they've had this sort of back and forth. Like, they understand each other about honor and all that jazz. And it depends which direction you want to go in. Do you want to go in the direction of Leonardo makes Karai understand she's on the wrong side, and he appeases to her honor code, and then she helps join the Turtles? And later on, if you want like a romance scene or not, that's up to the what the future happens. I'd want to culminate where the Turtles are getting their hits in on Shredder, and then Shredder, like, Raphael takes a hit for Mikey or Donnie. He takes a hit, so he's wounded. Shredder's ready to get a Raph, and then Leonardo does something to Shredder. And they have a good, like, one-on-one fight. Somehow maybe Leo takes a hit for Raph. That's the showcase that Leo does care for Raph. And that's a part of the story as well in that movie, is that Leo and Raph have a culmination moment where, hey, I'm sorry, I should never have blamed you for Sensei's death. We always say that you're in the wrong. We always make you the bad guy. This time I was wrong. I was the bad guy. Then Raph maybe say something, hey, you know what? Hey, I've been an asshole all the time. You're an asshole one time. Makes this about even. Like, make it like a joke out of it. Because each one shows like a bond between Mikey and Raph in the second film. Mikey, Raph, and Donnie in the third film. Now, Leonardo. And that's how the four of them go up the tower, like Dread style, the Raid Redemption style, and able to really culminate and survive this ordeal. But Leonardo's now hurt, took the hit for Raph. Raph, this is like a deja vu what happened with Splinter, but this time he's not going to let it happen. So I like that he takes Shredder, grabs it, does like a suplex, they both fall through the glass. And then with Shredder bloodied up and Raphael, now it's like, because it's my movie, so I'm selfish, the last bit between Raphael and Shredder. Look up a film called Headshot with Iko Uwais. Look up the final fight between him and the villain. That's the type of fight I would have with Raphael and Shredder. I didn't. Look up a film called Headshot from around 2016. Or Headshot, Iko Uwais, and fight. That's the type of fight I would have. And Raphael beating the shit out of him. Shredder finds a sword, and then Mikey throws aside. Raph catches it. They're fighting while the family are trying to get through wherever they fell through. They're trying to get down to help their brother, and then Raph gives a killing blow on Shredder. And the killing blow, to me, Raph ducks and puts his sai up right here. and gives a few pushes. One final push and then a side kick so the body flies back. Or the second one is, the second idea is everything's in flame, the flames are gulfing up. Somehow, like, he stabs Shredder and they go away, like, at the side. The family gets him. The family are coming to him. Shredder finds something, whether like a crossbow or... Why would he have a crossbow? Like something he's going to throw at his brothers. Raphael sees his sai, and for some reason his sai's on fire. And he grabs it. Just the image of him throwing a sai that's on fire straight into the neck or into the head. So not only hits him in the head, but it's on fire, and then the body engulfs in flames as he falls to the ground. Not immediately, but eventually. But it's like, well, why would it be on fire? What, is it made out of gasoline? So I just, that's why I have these ideas. I don't know exactly where. That's why I would want like one or two other people to help me guide along with it. And using equipment, they go from rooftop to another rooftop as the place burns down. You know, the building starts crumbling down. Or just burning. Have it be burning. You know, all four of them hug and they go off. And you could make that the end of the franchise, but you go further with other villains and other stuff as well. And I would like a freeze frame. What song I would use, I don't know. There's a lot of good songs out there. Or want to create an original song. So it would just depend. It would just depend. Although you know what, you know how Tarantino, he reuses a lot of older songs and music? I would actually reuse the song from Uncommon Valor. Why? Because the song is literally called Brothers in the Night. And some of the lyrics are, there are dark, angry forces that hide behind masks. Like, that's literally in the lyrics of that song. And it's called Brothers in the Night. And throughout the film, it'd be like actual treating the characters like fucking characters. Ups and downs. Imperfections. Maybe Mighty, he's like a blogger on YouTube and people think he's wearing a costume. You know how like on YouTube there's people in like fursuits, so he's doing that and getting like he's doing like streaming stuff with his personality. Donnie does tech stuff. Like that's what I mean, you could play around with this stuff. You don't play around with these characters. You don't make them actual characters. And to me, there'd be no Casey and no April O'Neil because I want to center on those four. I want to be different. I want to be unique. They bring in Casey and April because we need a human perspective. No, they are the human perspective. And to me, to do someone without Casey and April, to me, would make it more unique, more different, and more on its own 2 feet. And that's the way I... And maybe after it could introduce, if you did further movies. But, again, that's just how some of the ideas I would do. So, sorry for that rambling. Not sure how else to word it. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.